2 years ago, on Valentine's Day, 2020, my wife Kelsey and I got married. But 15 years ago, Valentine's Day 2007, my girlfriend at the time, Marie, broke up with me in her office. We were in Rochester, New York, where we both went to grad school, and I didn't see it coming. But maybe I should have, because the night before, she'd sent me a text and said, "Let's not make plans for Valentine's Day. I'd rather we should just talk." From the moment I met her, she was intriguing. A social butterfly, but likely to get lost in her own headspace sometimes. She had sparkling green eyes, this great laugh. I was smitten from the moment. 4 months after we started dating, the holidays came around. We went to our respective homes for Christmas and New Year's. Now, she grew up on an island off the coast of British Columbia, Canada. And as her trip went along, she decided to extend it a bit. So I agreed I would drive to pick her up in Toronto mid January, right before my birthday. It seemed like a great plan. So, Wednesday, January 11th, get in the car. I drive up to Toronto with this nice evening, hang out with our friend, we spend the night, hang out for the day, and we're all packed in the car, ready to drive back to Rochester Thursday evening. But then Marie decides she should check on her things, right? Make sure she has everything she needs. She discovers that her student visa is missing. She needs it to cross the border. No visa, no crossing. She searched her bag. No sign of it. We searched the car. No sign of it. We searched the house that we've been in. No sign of it. She calls everybody she's stayed with over the past 3 weeks, and there's no sign of it anywhere. We decide to stay another night in Toronto and figure it out in the morning when we can call the international students office and see what's going on. Maybe they can expedite a copy of it, move something along. Now, at this point, I am well versed in crossing the border, switching countries. Rochester is close enough to Canada that the nearest IKEA that I went to furnish my apartment was in Canada. So we're just trying to figure out, how do we navigate this border crossing without this paperwork? I started to get a bit stressed. Not stressed for Marie's situation so much, but stressed because it was my birthday weekend coming up. But wasn't sure if it was all going to go off as I'd hoped. Then I started to feel guilty. Should I feel worried about her? Should she feel worried about me, about my birthday? And she's the one who, she asked if she could change her trip and have me come pick her up, and then she's lost her papers. Friday. Friday was a day of limbo. I was hemming and hawing. Should I stay in Toronto for the unknown future, or should I go home? Marie finally turned to me and said, "Neil, look, I know that you have concert tickets for a show tonight in Buffalo. Go. We'll figure this out when it all gets sorted out." So I drove 2.5 hours back alone across the border again. The next day, it's my birthday weekend. And I'd love to be celebrating with my girlfriend, but she's in another country. I ended up going bowling with friends, which is kind of a gutter ball of a situation. You know what I mean? FedEx manages to get her new paperwork to the house in Toronto that evening, Saturday evening. So now we're at Sunday. Get up. We've agreed I'm going to pick her up at Niagara Falls, the Canadian side. Pull out of my parking spot. Not even a minute later, This Jeep going too fast hits a patch of ice, hits my car. Next thing you know, there's 5 damaged cars on my block, and I'm just staring at it thinking, "Is this it? Is this is this my relationship for my birthday weekend? Is this?" Get Marie. Managed to come back just fine. We're unpacking the car in Rochester. And then something that now I feel is inevitable occurs. She found her original paperwork. It had been in her purse all along. I didn't know what to make of it, right? I felt like she had been careless somehow with this document, with my time, with my birthday weekend. What was this all about? What was it for? We continued for another year, as you've probably calculated, just trying to figure out what to do with each other. Things were fine, but messy sometimes. We met each other's family. I kept in touch with her childhood friends until that fateful February 13th when she texted and said, "Let's not make Valentine's plans. I'd prefer we talk." I couldn't sleep that night. I was so anxious. I posted on Facebook at 3 o'clock in the morning. So confused about everything. I can just remember all these years later my green pajama pants, my bleary eyes, my voice shot to hell. So we broke up. Facebook reminded me this morning of that memory, and I just thought, thanks, algorithm. This weekend, my wife and I are crossing the border. And these days, when she can't find something, for instance, just for example, when she can't find her favorite pair of socks, and then I discover them, they've been in her sock drawer this whole time. I know that she's not trying to do this to get to me. We don't keep score on these things. It's just how it is. But I hope that this weekend I remember my passport and all the paperwork I need. And for the love of God, I hope my partner remembers her passport and all the paperwork she needs. Thank you.